Hi, check out this quiz with me. Are you a modern Renaissance person? This quiz is all about whether you do a little bit of everything well or if you dive deeply into things. So, this quiz is all about creativity and knowledge, and I think you're going to learn a lot about yourself. So, are you the type of person who can do it all? Renaissance people are autodidacts with a broad base of knowledge and skills. Take this quiz to see if you're a Renaissance person or more of like a modern specialist type. So, way back when during the Renaissance, there were people like Leonardo da Vinci who could do just a little bit of everything. They just dabbled in it all. Where I think in modern times now, people tend to specialize. So, it's kind of interesting to see which one you are. And if you haven't taken a quiz with me before, you need to write down your answer to each question. And at the end, that will help you score it. Okay, let's get started. Question one. For you, picking a college major is or was A, nearly impossible. There's so much to learn. B, a challenge. You ended up studying multiple things. C, pretty easy. You know what you're interested in. And if this doesn't apply to you because you didn't go to college or you're not going to college, then just consider it like a primary career field or like field of study. Number two. Do you have trouble finding something that holds your interest long term? A, absolutely. You are still looking for a subject that engrosses you. B, more or less, you eventually always move on to something new. Or C, no, you have found what you are interested in. Okay, let's move on to question three. Most of your projects are A, in different stages of being unfinished. B, somewhat finished or on the road to being there. C, completely finished. Number four. Do people think you've settled down in life yet? A, no, and you agree. You haven't settled down at all. B, they think you're a little settled. C, you've been settled down for years. And in this context, settle down, that's kind of like directed more at like older people. If you're a younger person, I guess it's more like, have you found your path or are you still searching? So you can answer it that way. Number five is, would you describe yourself as a dabbler? And that's somebody who just does a little bit of everything. Absolutely, it describes you completely. B, it describes you in some areas. C, no, you definitely do not dabble. Okay, number six. Are you an idea person? A, yes, you are constantly thinking of new ideas. B, somewhat, you are probably average in this area. C, no, you are more of a details person than an idea person. Okay, and then moving on to our final question. How similar are your interests? A, not very similar at all. You are interested in so much. B, they are in the same ballpark, but there's a good variety. Or C, completely similar. They complement each other well. Okay, take a look at all of your answers and see if you have mostly A's, mostly B's, or mostly C's. And that will correspond with your outcome. If you have a little bit of everything, like A, B, and C, then consider yourself to be a B answer. So it's all a continuum. And if you're more A's and B's, you might be in the middle between A and B. And if you're more B's and C's, you might be between B and C. So find whatever you're kind of in on this spectrum, and that will be your result. And if you don't know, just leave me a comment with your answers and I'll score it for you. Okay, if you answered mostly A's, you're totally Renaissance. You're an enthusiastic and easily excitable person. If there's one thing you've got, it's passion. There's so much in this world that interests you. You like to dabble in a little of everything. At times, you have trouble deciding what to do in your life. Everything sounds good to you. You are so full of joy and enthusiasm for everything. You always notice the positive. So, yeah, this is like when we were just like, I'm a Renaissance person. You nailed it. You're into everything. This quiz was for you. So, question or answered mostly B's, you're somewhat Renaissance. I think most of us are going to fall into this category. You're an independent learner and thinker. You like to follow your own path in life and you are never sure where it will take you. You're interested in many subjects and your interest isn't superficial. You dig deep. You have the wisdom and strength to be a good leader. You stick with what works and change what doesn't. You hate to be bored, you like to keep your mind busy, and you're always looking for new things to do. So, this isn't necessarily somebody who is into everything, but you have a good range of interests, and sometimes you go deep, sometimes you don't. And then finally, if you answered mostly C's, you are not very Renaissance, and that is okay. Just so everyone's clear, there are no wrong answers for this quiz. It's just a continuum, and they each have their strengths and weaknesses. You're not very Renaissance. You are sure of what you like and who you are. You haven't changed much over your life. You have a depth that is completely unmatched. You like to understand things completely. You are a perfectionist, you notice and are fussy about every little detail. You aren't afraid of adventure, but you don't seek it out. You would rather tend to your own garden. And yeah, that's it. So, a very simple quiz, but I think a very interesting one. Please let me know what you think of this. Leave me a comment. I always love to hear what people got on my quizzes and what they thought of them. And have a great day.